digest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash, numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd, every game we scream it loud. Tottenham, Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. We're the ones who rise in the clash, numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd, every game we scream it loud. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to THFC Tottenham Till We Die.
Great start.
Sorry, guys. I'm Big James. With me is Tequila. Somewhere disappeared into the void is Dermatron. He is with us. We just
Let's be honest, James. Let's be honest. He legged it. He was too nervous to do the show. He legged it literally 10 seconds ago. He
Legged
legged
what? Legged
Oh,
what?
there he is.
Sorry, that was my rehab for my heart to do my heart exercises. I have to go now and do exercises twice a week. So she rang me at the time I was about to go live. So I put in the private chat, James, can you start the show? And then I said, Tequila, can you start the show? And then
I didn't
see it.
Didn't see it, Dermo. I do apologise.
Good evening. Welcome to THFC Till We Die, the home of Tottenham past, present, and exciting future under Thomas Frank as he leads us to glory on the Thomas the Frank engine train. That did come out correctly, hopefully. Big up 57. You're already in the house already. And that is 57. That is 45. You're over on X and 12 of you at home here on the YouTube channel. So listen, guys, if you're on X, do us a favor, pop over, hit a like on the stream, hit the subscription button. We are on the march to 2,100 before the start of the season, and we will think of something. If we come up with that margin, we will give away a special prize. It is a date with Tequila. That is a special prize for you ladies out there.
And I could be a 1 or I could be a 10. Who knows? Eh?
Who knows? He could be Simon Jordan in disguise. We still don't know. I mean, we're sort of on the brethren that it could be a Daniel Levy love child or Simon Jordan. We're not sure.
What choice?
You know, maybe if Tottenham win the league, he might actually show himself. If Spurs ever win the league,
I'll have that. If Tottenham ever win the league, I will show myself. There you go.
There you go.
Lucky for me, I've got nothing to worry about.
You know what's going to happen this year, don't you, James?
They're going to win
Yeah.
it now, yeah.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
going to
yeah.
win the. I can imagine him getting to May and Spurs just about to win the league, and him writing to somebody. Can somebody just cancel the league now, please?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm going to be in another country. All of a sudden.
Or all of a sudden, there's an asteroid coming to the Earth. The Premier League's been suspended for the landscape. Anyway, good evening. Come on, talk some sense, Domo. Good evening. I hope you're all doing well. Let's welcome my guest and my co-host, of course, James. It's great to have you back, bud. You are sorely missed. He is our tactics man. He is our tactic guru of the channel. He's the one that gets into Thomas Frank's head and puts on the paper what us mortals cannot understand. Runs in his family as well, because Colin's a tactics guru as well. But James, how are you, bud? And look, Thomas Frank is up and running. Are you pleased?
Yeah. Very pleased. Good start to his tenure, we'll say. And I'm really impressed with the game on Saturday. We'll dive into that a little bit. And yeah, thank you very much for the kind words. It is good to be back, obviously. Second show now, so back. Slowly easing myself back into it. Obviously, still got some issues going on.
Isn't it, James? It's this pre-season you have to go through. Look, I know he's a new signing. We had to, he's going out to Asia next week to do all the commercial work for the channel when Sonny's in Asia. Only if that was true, James. Only if he could have just said, right, James, you're going to be following Tottenham on pre-season.
That'd be nice, that. I'd love that.
It would be. And down below, this man needs no introduction the world over. He is the most famous. He is the most funniest. He is the one. And I have to say, he's like that fella who starts the boxing match when he says, let's get ready to rumble.
Michael Buffer. Michael Buffer, that is.
He wakes up to that every morning when he jumps out of bed. He shouts out, let's get ready to rumble. It is the one and only Tequila 316.
Dermo, do you think I'd ever jump out of bed?
Yeah, I do actually. I have an image. You jump out of bed like
bones are hurting. It takes me 5 minutes to get out of bed. Oh.
Yeah, but look, just give people good imagination, Tequila. You're like Rocky. That's what I reckon you are, anyway. But how are you, bud?
I'm all right.
Okay. How are you, man? What do you reckon? Thomas Frank is up and running. Are you pleased that that's it? The talk of yesterday is all gone now. It's all about the future now.
I have seen his proper press conference because I only saw the highlights. I've actually sat and watched all the.
What did you think of it? By the way?
I think it was like 40 minutes long or something. I thought he came across. I think he came across pretty well. And I know a lot of people don't agree with me the whole AND thing, but AND lost me because I felt I didn't trust him. So far, I listened to the guy. I look at his body language. I think he seems quite honest. My hope is he retains that when he has a bump, which we all know will happen. I hope it continues that way. I hope he retains that truthfulness to the fans that I felt wasn't with the last manager. So the only time I'm going to mention the last manager, don't start. I'm not mentioning it again after that. So I liked what I saw. Hopefully, when there's a bump in the road, hopefully he retains that.
Yeah.
Tequila, who was the last manager?
I don't know. Brian Mason. There you go. Stellini, Brian Mason.
I was gonna ask Tequila is how would you compare Thomas Frank to our last manager?
I thought he was quite jovial without going too far. I thought he was pretty good at handling the media. I thought he's got good man management. He did a little joke, didn't he, about how long managers last? I thought he handled that pretty well when they were saying. I thought
that was quite funny when he said that.
One of the journalists said to him like, "Oh, you were at Brentford like 5 or 6 years or whatever it was, and in that time, Spurs have fired like 5 managers." And then I can't remember the exact reply, but it was something along the lines of he goes, "Well, I wouldn't have believed if I wouldn't have taken the job." So, hopefully, we give him a proper chance. I hope all the fans of the last manager, again, I'm not going to get into it. Put your knives down. Let's give the dude a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I agree. Give him a chance.
Give him a chance. Look, I'm really excited by it. It's Thomas Frank. Here we go. I'm on the Thomas Frank train like we all are. Tequila's quite optimistic. I think, look, before we will do a show before the season where we will give our season predictions. Can I just say Tequila got last season spot on, by the way, with these predictions? May I add
I came the closest for Spurs. So you
came the closest.
You said Liverpool would win the league, so you get points for that. But when it comes to Spurs, I was the closest out of us boys. James wasn't there then, though. So James,
no, I didn't get a chance to throw a prediction in.
This year now we're going to have a bit of common sense. This year we're going to have common sense now.
But you think you get common sense from me?
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm going for the Grand Slam. I'm going for all 5. We're going to win all 5 trophies. That's what we're going to do. Anyway, let's welcome a few people in. The first man in the house. Big up to you, Giant 68. Big up Dermo and Chat Coys. Big up to you, Giant. And he's a member as well, guys. You know you can pick up your memberships. More member shows coming. We had one yesterday, my first member shows, which was a bit of a disaster. Everything that did go wrong, did go wrong. I waffled quite a lot, and Tequila knows I can waffle with the best of them. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. I like that. Tequila send a big up to Tequila. We've got Jono. Big up Jono. Says surprising signings, hopefully. We've got news on the way about that. We've got Giant said Tequila. Dermo always choose the best guess. Well, look, I've got the best team in town. No question about that whatsoever. Big up to Dan from Talk First TV. We had the pleasure, didn't we, Tequila, of having this lad on last week. A very nice man, isn't he? And a good lad as well. And knows his football, doesn't he? Knows his stuff.
He did well. Hope to see him again when we play Forest next.
Yeah. And do go over to Talk First TV. Absolutely good channel. Better than the other fella that's been waffling around YouTube, who I'd like to debate, but everyone keeps telling me no. It's a bit like him and who's the fella on Talk Sport, Tequila, that I want to debate?
Rory Jennings.
I want to put that in.
I don't know why. Why do you even want to talk to him? Like, could you get past the impulse of just a big slap in the face? Could you get past that impulse first?
No.
Okay, well, then there's no point then, is it? If you can't get past the fact that you won't hit him when you see him, then you can't debate him.
No, I don't. No, I just debate him and just put him in this box and tell him who's the greatest, and that's me. And that's the end of. Crystal who? Says Giant, I don't know what. Well, Crystal who? Crystal Palace?
Yeah. He's talking about the
great Simon Jordan, who never shuts up about it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Tequila is like Simon. He is the Simon Jordan of this channel, to be fair.
And if I did used to own a football club, I would advertise that fact every show.
Yeah, and you did. You were on Doncaster Rovers on Football Manager.
St Mirren, I got them to the Champions League.
St Mirren, that's it, St Mirren. Big up to Colin as well, Full-Time Sports Network. Colin, Thomas, the Frank engine? Nah, I'm out. Oh well, you got Anana, the kangaroo.
Anana of a banana.
No, it's not Anana. No, it's Amaron the kangaroo. Amarin. Big up to Mr. Brady, the Godfather. I better behave myself now because he's sending me another horse's head. I'm sick of them, Tequila. Has he sent you any yet?
Oh, what? Oh, God.
Horse's heads.
Well, I asked him to because I need glue. So.
Big up, Philip. It says no communication allowed now. Forget MFE.
I agree. Yeah, it is a bit like.
It is.
Yeah, let's just. It is.
Yeah. Fun fact about Tequila: he was winner of the Sexiest Man in Sweden award back in 2022.
That's because there were no men in Sweden.
Exactly.
Yeah, for the women. Second place last year behind Bergville. Philip said he meant Morgan Gibbs-White. We knew what you meant. We talk football. Big up to you guys. It says, hi guys. Has Morgan Gibbs-White put in a transfer request? I don't know. I'm still sort of waiting for an update from the people we use. So we will let you know, guys. As soon as we do. His partner, there is pictures of his partner is pregnant at the moment. So we wish him and her all the best. And she's having a bit of problems at the moment. So our thoughts are with them, and I hope it gets sorted out very, very soon. Still don't think City are interested in Gibbs-White. They're not interested in Gibbs-White. They're not. I think even the guys here can back me up on that. Man City are not interested. Man City
No,
were
no.
interested in Gibbs-White. Do you think they would have matched the release clause?
Of course they would. If there was true interest, the only reason why Manchester City wanted Gibbs-White is because they were going to offload Jason McAtee back to Forest, and it was going to be a player plus cash deal, and they thought they were getting the better end of the stick because it helps with home player registration with Gibbs-White, with him being over 21, because obviously McAtee is not English. Yeah. But he is. I think he does fall under the homegrown status because of his age when he joined the Man City Youth Academy. He's like trained at the club for 3 years, nearly. But yeah.
Big up to I don't want to get this person's name wrong. Is it Johannes?
Johannes Carapoo.
Big up, Big up, Johannes. It says, "Hi guys, gentlemen, please let's back up Eze, please. Days are going, and there are many players who are in transfer requests. Please, Xavi, Simon, them, please." Look, I want to start on Eze first. What's happening with that? Look, Eze hasn't gone to Arsenal. He hasn't gone anywhere. He's still at Crystal Palace. Where are we with Eze at the moment? Look, I know we said about a couple of months ago or a month and a half ago, it was 95%. The deal was 95% done, which it was. Where are we with Eze? I'll start with you, James. Where are we with Eze at the moment, do you think?
So I think basically what Eze's done is is shrewd as a footballer. He's seen Spurs as one step, it's Champions League football, it's this, it's that. And then he's basically used the done like what quite a lot of players done, got so far and then put the brakes on because there's other interest from other clubs being declared in him. And he's sort of saying, okay, fair enough. This is the situation. I'm assessing my options. So I believe that we are, as far as I'm aware, that we are still 95% done on that deal. It is literally just the last little bit that needs doing. And the money's there to pay Crystal Palace. The deal's all worked out with Crystal Palace. It is literally just a case of, is this player now going to decide where he's going? Is he waiting for an improved offer from Arsenal? Is he waiting for an offer from Chelsea? Is he waiting to see if Spurs will up their offer to fend off the interest from Arsenal and Chelsea? It's one of those. He's basically playing the clubs off against each other, and he'll be quids in no matter what. And I don't think he'll be at Palace come the start of the season. No. Where he goes at that point is anybody's guess.
It's up in the gods, isn't it? And then with Xavi, Simon Tequila, would you prefer him over Eze? I tell you one thing though, I would prefer him. I think Eze and Simon together would be a good double signing. But if you could pick one, would you pick Simon over Eze?
Yeah, I'd probably go with Eze just because he's proven in the Premiership. I'm not convinced we'll get either. I think Simmons for me is that kind of a pipe dream signing. You can never say never, but I think it's very unlikely. I think Eze was much more gettable until, unfortunately, some of the bigger boys came in for him. James is 100% spot on. And why would someone, unless you're a Spurs fan or an Arsenal fan, there's rumours that he's an Arsenal fan, but who knows? Who really knows? Yeah. Then you are going to play the clubs off each other. Unfortunately, Dermo, we normally lose these because we don't pay we won't push the boat out on the wages. Yeah. So normally we lose these because of the wages. So if Arsenal will pay him more. Have they put in a higher offer for his wages? We don't know that. But their ceiling is higher than ours. Levy does not pay the wages that Arsenal does. So if it comes down to that, and if that's what all he's waiting for is personal terms, we're probably going to lose it. If that's all that's on the line.
Talking about Xavi Simons here, Chelsea, we can break. This is breaking news as well. Chelsea are advancing in talks for Spurs to get Simons. A deal worth around 70 million is being touted. I mean, guys, are players just going to Chelsea because of the wages? Not just because, surely, God, that must be the only incentive for them going to Chelsea? Must be the wages. There must be, right, we're going for the money, like.
You would think so. You'd think it would be the money, wouldn't you? Because I mean, they didn't have a terrible season last season, but it's one of those. I mean, the figure is roughly about the same figure that I was spoke about with my source today. We had a little chat about transfers and things like that, and some other ones I will touch base with earlier, but there's later on, should I say? But yeah, so the way I got told today is that Spurs were also in advanced talks with Xavi Simons' agent, and I will stress that it is his agent, not the club. The club have given us permission to speak to his agent and the player before we get accused of any other stupid legality things. And it's around about the £52 million plus, which roughly equates to about 70 million euros. And that we're in advanced talks as well. So again, where he ends up, again, there's a few of the big clubs interested in him as well. So where he ends up is again going to be another interesting situation. I quite like him as a player. I think he's a good player. If I was to have the choice of Gibbs-White or Simons, I would probably go with Gibbs-White. Like Tequila said, absolutely 100% right. Is a proven Premier League player and is English, and it helps with our registration. I would like to just also comment, Dermo, we are now up to 220 viewers at the moment, which is absolutely amazing, guys. Thank you very much for joining us on this journey tonight.
Yeah, it is marvelous, and thank you to everyone on YouTube and over on X World as well. Please come over, let us know where you're watching this on X if you can, formerly Twitter. Tequila, look, Gibbs-White, right? Is he worth the wait? Is he worth? We know he's got personal problems at the moment with his partner. Is he worth the wait for you? Or do you think, no, enough's enough, we move on?
It depends without knowing really who we've got lined up as a backup and and what other deals are dependent on him coming in. It's hard to answer. If him coming in is going to facilitate other things happening and it's totally reliant on that transfer, then I think we should move on because we're running out of time and we're falling behind. And we've already spoke about the window. I don't see this window being that great. Everyone seems to think it's been amazing. I don't see it myself. If we get him in, then maybe I'll change my tune if we get Gibbs-White in, but he's not in. So I can only go with at the moment. I'm just concerned that we can't do other things until this transfer comes in. And even though you would think not, there's other positions we need, such as the forward line, probably need another defender.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're reliant. But if this is, also could be money related as well. Like if this transfer goes through, will that give us less money to spend on other positions we need? We don't know. Yeah. So that concerns me is that the delay is delaying other things that are connected to it. And I just don't think we can afford to waste any more time on it, even though he is a very good player and I'd love him at Spurs. I don't want to jeopardise the whole transfer window trying to get Forest to agree to let him go. Because this could drag on right till deadline day, and Levy decides to give the last 10 million because Levy sometimes does do those things at the last minute.
Yeah, I mean there is 5 ways this could get pushed through. This is an article on football.london. Actually, I would recommend reading it. It's a very good article. Now, there's 5 ways this could be pushed through. I'll name the 5 ways, and then we'll discuss it, guys. So, the first way is that where's the first one? Come on, where are you? Yeah, Tottenham pushed through the deal. One scenario is that Tottenham find they have legal backing to go through with the original deal, and that nothing has controversially happened. That meaning the release clause is triggered, Gibbs-White competes the original move to Tottenham. Second option is Spurs pay more. So Levy says, okay, if you're not going to let him play, then we're paying him extra 10 million more. The third option is Gibbs-White kicks up a fuss and hands in a transfer request.
He's already done that.
Has he already done that? So
he has already handed in a transfer request to.
So basically, he's already started the third option. Then kicks up a fuss. Then, so if that's happened, then
I think he's a bit more of a model professional with regards to that. I don't think he's going to kick up like a big stink. He's basically gone to his manager, gone to his chairman, and said, I would like to move clubs. This is my official transfer request. I would officially like to be sold. I mean, just because you put in a transfer request doesn't necessarily mean the club are going to listen to you.
No, exactly. They have the right. And the other option is, guys, Gibbs-White stays at Forest. Then are you opening up a can of worms then of going against? Does he have a stance and that he can sue Forest then for breaking his contract because of the triggered the release clause being triggered? So by law, he should be allowed to move.
So there is conflicting information regarding this for Gibbs-White and his release clause and things like that. There's certain information out there that I'm sure everybody's read, or guys that people have read, ladies as well, that if Gibbs-White can, the release clause is active, and if Gibbs-White wants to, he can then tell Nottingham Forest that they are in breach of his contract terms, that it has been signed by the club, and he is able to walk away from his contract free of charge. But then there is also you would still have to pay Nottingham Forest some kind of compensation fee, but it probably would be a lot less than the £60 million release clause, because it is Nottingham Forest that are breaching the contract. The only other bit of information I do have on him is that Spurs have spoken to lawyers regarding Morgan Gibbs-White deal and the legality of Nottingham Forest delaying the transfer. Because as far as Tottenham are concerned, and whether or not this is true or not is another thing, but this is the information that I've got is, as far as Tottenham are concerned, is that there is no wrongdoing on their part. Now, if it's Gibbs-White's agent has gone to Tottenham and said, my player is interested in coming to join you, and his transfer, he has a release clause in his contract, for a transfer of £60 million, and Spurs have acted on that information, it would be technically classed as tapping up, because it was confidential information, but it would also mean that the issue lies purely with the agent giving out information that shouldn't be given out, not with Spurs. So it wouldn't stand in Spurs' way, because they could, if they'd, for argument's sake, if Spurs had have put in a bid, if let's say the release clause was 60, well, the release clause is 60 million, and if Spurs had have put in a bid of 61 million. 61, not 60 on the nose, but 61 million. Would we be sat here having the same conversation?
No, I don't think so.
Because it's I think what it is, this is Nottingham Forest's feeble attempt to try and keep a player, and what they're trying to do is they think if they delay until Gibbs-White's release clause is no longer active, then they don't have to sell him for the release clause because it's no longer active. But because the offer has gone in before the release clause is not active and it has met his release clause, Nottingham Forest have to honour that deal, and
they have to honour that. They have to honour that contract part of the deal.
Yes.
I think I get you. Yeah, I think I understand where you're coming from in there. Tequila, I mean, look, listen, we are going to move on from Gibbs-White. There is one last option. Another club swoops in. Now, we know today, there is word today that communications have been shut down between Forest and Tottenham. Now, how true that is, we don't know, but there was reports out on X and other social media. Look, we had Dan on from Talk Forest TV, and he was very down the middle with his owner, wasn't he? If you're playing devil's advocate here, does the Forest owner have a point? If wrongdoing has been done, then is James correct that the Forest owner should be going after the agent, not Tottenham?
Do I think the agent voluntarily gave that information? I don't know. Was he coaxed into it a little bit? Maybe. How much so, we'll never have the answer for.
Yeah.
And who knows? You know, we know that Levy's not clean. I don't think the Forest chairman is clean. It's hard to know. I know what James is saying, and I hope he's right, and that Spurs hasn't done anything below the belt. But I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past any of the chairmen to really do it, to be honest with you. Football is a very, very, very important and very rich business. Okay, there's millions on the line all the time, and though we want them all to play fair, they don't play fair. So if Spurs think that they can get a player who's probably, and I use the term probably, worth more than 60 million, they can get him maybe 20 million under the market price. If you think he's worth 80 million, then they're going to do it. Do I think that the agent needed a lot of coaxing? Probably not. But we don't know if the agent just flat out just blurted it out at the first opportunity he got, or if the Spurs are like, hey, mate, do you know anything? And they slip him a little bit of bob under the table. I'm not saying it happened, but let's not be naive to think that it couldn't have.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% agree.
Exactly. Look, just last thing on this matter, then we've got some other news. We're going to go over a little bit of the Reading game as well, and then we're going to go through the news first, then go over to the Reading game as we build up to Luton. So, Tequila, I want to know out of 10, does he sign for Tottenham? Out of 10, what's your price? What's your sort of average?
Out of 10?
Yeah. So 1, he stays at Forest, and 10, he's definitely coming to Spurs.
3. But I don't think he stays at Forest. That's my little caveat.
Where does he go then? Where do you think he might end up?
I think for that kind of price, I think the longer this drags on, I don't think it will be City. I know people are putting in the chat maybe City, but I can see other clubs of a similar status to us, maybe even slightly bigger, who the longer this drags on, he's a very good player. We all know he's a very good player. And if they can get him for the 60 million mark, which looks unlikely, because if that's all Forest are going to get, we might as well just send him to us then. So obviously someone's going to have to come in with at least an extra 10 or 20 million. I can see a club, don't ask me which club, coming in 75 million. Forest says fine. I don't think Levy will go. I don't think Levy will go to 75 million, but I can see another club.
Look, you and me are a little bit. I think there's changes at Spurs, but you and me are sort of you're wanting to be proven, and I can understand that. But I'm probably a bit more gullible than you. You're more sensible. I'm more gullible. I think.
We'll find out. Dermo, I'm more than happy to be wrong, and I don't want to be right. But I've been here a lot. We've both been here, and James too. We've both been here a lot of times. That's all I'm saying.
I would love to know the combined years we've been supporting Tottenham, the lot of us. If we put it together. I mean, I'm 40 now. Well, I'm 48. So you can say not 3 years off that. 48. I'm 45 years. This is my 45th year of following Tottenham. My 45th season.
I would say 40 years for me. So that puts us up to about 85 years.
And then you, Tequila, how long have you been following
Spurs? I'm only 21 years old. So I've only been following Spurs about 5 years. In all seriousness, no, you're looking at about... I was quite late in my fandom. I was late to a lot of things in life. So you're looking about 98, 99. Like I've said before, Ginla was my pull to Spurs.
So you're looking at
about 27
years.
Well, about 27 years, give or take.
So what's that then altogether then? Because I'm crap at maths, by the way.
So 85.
It's over 100.
It's about 112 years.
Back in hell, you think we'd have a bit more sense between us, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I love this chat from.
Oh man,
new channel name: Old Men Watch Spurs.
Cheeky bugger.
Free old gits watch Spurs. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And don't forget Steve from America. Don't forget Steve. Yeah. Big up to you guys. I want to say big up to Hot God 10. Big up to you, James. Absolutely great to see you, man. We had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Brady because Philip plays in a band on the Tuesday night in Dublin. He plays the drums. And James came over to Ireland. Hang on. Oh, yeah. He came over to Ireland and saw, I couldn't make it up, and he saw Philip playing the drums in Dublin. So big up to you, Hot God. Anytime you're in Dublin, let us know. I would love to meet up with you. I am going to the Manchester United game and the Leeds game, and I'm trying to see can I get a ticket for our column and James as well, as we get them down and we can just do some content as well. So I'm looking forward to that. And he was asking what is Chelsea's squad size. He has put it in the chat.
Triple digits by now.
44 and an average age of 23. I want to say big up to Adam McFarlane. Big up, Adam. Hope you're doing well. You're the lad from Derry? I think you might be the lad from Derry. So big up to you up there. Big up to you up in the north, and hope the weather is kind for you up there. Everyone talks like City wants him. The pretend in the nose hasn't been told, so just another desperate bloke looking for attention. Fair enough. Big up to Jazz Fusion as well. Window always plays out the same. When all said is done, there is always much more said than done. That is so true.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And 100%, Hot God says 100% sure MGW will be at Spurs. Look, I think he will be a Spurs player as well. If I'm giving my 9 out of 10, I'm giving it a 9. That's how convinced I am he will end up at Spurs. It might take a bit longer. I think we should be prepared to wait. I think if you want the player that much and the player wants to come to us, then we have to play the long game and look at other targets, but keep somebody on this and keep just pressurism. Because Forest will have to fold one time or soon. Forest will have to fold sooner than later. They have to say, right, we've made our point. Okay, you can go, but we wanted to make a point. Right, you made your point. You get an extra 5 or 10 million. There you go. Job done. Yeah. Right, let's get in with the news, guys. And we're going to start off with this. Now, I don't know how. No, anyway. How Daniel Levy feels Tottenham chances are reporting Fabio Paratici with his 13-month ban now over. The boot room football can exclusively reveal that Daniel Levy is confident that Paratici will formally accept his offer to return to Tottenham Hotspur. Well, look, I'm trying to phrase this in the right way, and it's very difficult.
Just do it, Dermo. You know you want to.
No, basically, I'll do it, Dermo. Don't worry, I'll do it. I will take this because it was actually me that broke this, and this was about 3 months. 2
months ago, we broke it on the channel.
The Paratici was coming back to Spurs. I still haven't heard anything that contradicts that statement that we made 2-3 months ago. So I think he will come back. Will he come back as an official director of football? That's yet to be seen. I do think he will be still working very closely with the club.
Can I ask you then quickly, guys, if he does come back, do you not feel that too many chefs spoil the broth?
Yes.
Not really, because he's always been working with Spurs as a consultant anyway. So he's behind the scenes advising. I don't think it does. I think he comes into Scott Munn's job. I think that's where he goes. And I think personally, I don't know if you guys agree with me, I think they should sack Lang and bring back Gabbiadini and bring him back to the club as well. Because Gabbiadini and the Paratici team, look at the players they brought in. Vicario, Romero, Van der Ven, Porro, Udogie. Okay, they brought Balloon Boy in. And that hasn't worked out. But if you look at the players that Lang's brought in and the players Gabbiadini's brought in, who's the better team? And I think it's got to be Paratici and Gabbiadini instead of Paratici and Lang. And I think he comes back in, and I think he continues to work, especially with the with the youth academy as well. And look how successful our youth academy was. The under 21s do under 18s, how successful they've been. So I think bring Gabby Adini back with him, get him back to the club as soon as possible, and then we can sit back and let the Don do his business.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want to ask you guys a question on this actually. Do you feel he was harshly dealt with the Juventus thing? Do you think he was a bit of a scapegoat? So the higher people in Juventus got away with it and they just threw Paratici under the bus?
It's a difficult one to sort of try and unpick, really, with regards to the Juventus, because apart from a few people in certain places being given footballing bans, nothing really was done to the club. But yeah, yes, I agree with you. He probably was made it was basically laid at his feet, and he was having to carry the majority of it, 100%. But again, it just shows that regardless of anything, that football has always had backdoor ways of dealing with things.
Yeah, it does. You, Tequila, what do you reckon, man? Sorry, James. Didn't mean to cut across you. Did you want to add anything to it? No, sorry. You, Tequila, are you same with James? Do you agree with him, or what do you think?
I can't help but having Italian stereotypes in my head, and is that he took one for the family, and something like that could be very, very realistic. I know what it sounds, but stuff like that can happen. If there's going to be a fall guy, maybe he was a chosen fall guy. He probably was compensated in other ways. Let's not go there for being the fall guy. And maybe he was willing to take the 2 years out because, maybe they said to him, okay, you're going to get a 24-month ban or whatever it was. And he was willing to take the hit, Dermo. Is that the terminology? Take the hit.
Yeah.
It is.
Can I just say something about a chat as well? I never said I didn't want Paolini. I think he's a very good player and he'd do a job for us. I just said there's no way Levy's spending 40 million, which was the rumoured price at the time. If that price comes down to maybe 10 and 20, then maybe Levy will press the button. Just there's no way we ever spend that kind of money in the 40 million bracket for a 30-year-old. When's Levy ever done that?
No, he's never.
Can I just hand over to our transfer correspondent below me? Any word on Paolunia? Is he coming to Spurs?
No. In a nutshell, no. I'm 100% in agreement with Tequila here. Is that Daniel Levy is not paying 40 million for a 30-year-old player. I don't think he would. I don't think he's the type of player that Thomas Frank wants in his team. He's gonna. I think he's gonna be looking for young, hungry players. I mean, look, if I agree with Tequila, if that price comes down to 10, 15, maybe 20 million at a push, that would be the extreme of Daniel Levy's sort of limit, I would say. I could see us probably having a little dabble for him to be a good quality squad player. But I do think when we're talking transfers, I do think we are missing a key defensive midfielder.
Yeah, we are. We definitely need a number 6, don't we? I want to say big up to Evan. There's 295 you in the house already tonight. Big up to Evan. Please do, if you're watching on Next, come over, hit the like and subscribe. It really does help us grow. We're looking to get to 2,100 before the start of the season. We're sitting at 2,088. So please come over. Let's make our dreams a reality. And by this time next year, I want to be sitting at 3K. I was saying to Mrs. Tron today, this season I'm going to be more professional. I'm going to be more dedicated. I'm going to be more proper YouTubing content for you guys. And I will make sure you're going to get the best content that this channel has ever produced. That is my aim and my dream. Tequila, I want to say big up for get to you on your favorite player. He's back again. He was with us all of last season, and he's back again. I know you're delighted over this. I want to say big up to Cuba 99. Big up Cuba.
Big up Cuba.
And I would just want to say massive big up to Cuba. I wasn't in a great place yesterday. And poor old Cuba. Listen, I text a big long text to Coover on WhatsApp, and God love him, he sat there, he talked to me on WhatsApp for a good 20-25 minutes, and he made me feel a hell of a lot better. Coover, you're an absolute star and a really good mate, and big up to you. And one of the original founding members of this channel. This man nearly killed me live on air once. He made me laugh so hard back in the early days, guys. I actually went blue on my face and nearly passed out. Coover has the. Coover knows he likes a bit of poaching as well, as we all know. But the early days of this channel, they were wild days. We were like I don't know how to describe this channel in the.
Well, that was like the Wild West days, though, Demo. There's no rules, no laws.
We were something that we weren't this professional outfit now like we are now. Back then, we were very much. I don't know what we've described ourselves as. It was something. Oh, I'll tell you that. But big up to you, Coover, as well. God, the chat is pumping tonight. Gallagher. Now, Gimme Sport. This is from Gimme Sport, by the way, guys. Gimme Sport's been told Tottenham make contact to sign £2,000 a week, €2,000 a week star La Liga star. Tottenham have made contact with Atletico Madrid star Colin Gallagher about a summer transfer, according to the Boot Room Football, and that article is on Gimme Sport. I got a really specific question for you, James. In a minute, specifically on something matter. But me and Tequila, the whole of last winter, didn't we? We went through this last summer, didn't we? Every day, wasn't it? Yeah. Every day. Is he coming? Is he going? Is he coming? Is he going? Are you surprised we're back in for him again?
Yeah, and I'm not, and it does question this. If we're back in for him again, I'm not saying he's not a bad player. He's not. He's not a bad player.
Yeah,
he's a decent player. But the fact that under two different managers, we're both after the same player, that really disappoints me, because that suggests, keyword is suggests, that it's not the manager choosing the players. And I'm not saying that Frank's going to say, oh my God, the worst player. But really, we're in for the exact same player again under two managers. I just find it a little bit fishy. And I don't want to believe it. I want to believe that Frank is choosing the players. But when I see stuff like this, it makes me think that's not the case. Or at least we've got that he's on Spurs' radar, but not on Frank's radar. So there's a divide already. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. I accept it with young players to a certain degree, right? But not when, because he's not going to be cheap, is he? He's going to be 50 million probably, I'd imagine, at least 50 or 60.
Yeah.
So I want 100% Frank players. So I'm not saying that Frank thinks he's a bad player. I doubt that he does. He's a decent player, but it smells fishy to me. That again, we're in for the same player. So he's on somebody's shortlist. I'm not convinced it's the managers. That's all.
No,
go on, James. Sorry.
I was just gonna add into what Tequila said. I'll tell you who shortlist is on. He's on Johan Lang's shortlist.
Well,
that would make sense. Same director of football, same technical director, whatever his bloody role is at the moment. Director of football. I think he's on his shortlist, and he's trying to get him over. I actually had it written down. Conor Gallagher links are back in the news again. Is it a yay or nay? So that's what I'll ask, Dermo. Conor Gallagher, is it a yay or nay?
It's a. I like him as a player, but I agree with Tequila. If Frank wants him, then it's a yay for me. If it's a club signing, then I think we can go after better targets. I want to ask you a quick question then, James, on this. Sorry if it's okay.
Yeah.
Conor Gallagher, do you think Atletico Madrid might use this to their advantage to try to get Romero to the club?
100%. If that is genuine interest.
Yeah.
If it's genuine interest and it's not just recycled, regurgitated news that, we've been linked with him before, so we'll say we're linked with him again, and then we'll say we're linked with him again. Because, it was last summer, last January, this summer. It's like the never-ending freaking story.
Yeah.
So if there is genuine interest and Spurs really do want to sign him, then of course Atletico Madrid are going to use it to their advantage and going to be saying, okay, fair enough then. Well, we wouldn't And it doesn't really then matter what price Spurs put on Romero, because Atletico Madrid will turn around and say, well, if you want Romero, you want Gallagher, we want Romero, we value Gallagher at this much, you value Romero that much, and we're going to get money out of it from you. They're going to play it to their advantage. And like I say, I suspect that it's more of a director of football choice.
Yeah.
And
100%.
I don't think it'll happen, personally.
James, can I ask you, could this be a quote unquote ploy/plot by Atletico, who it's well established doesn't have the money, just the straight up money to get Romero? So it's like they looked at their squad, they know there was at least a former interest in this bloke, and they've gone to Spurs saying, there you go, we can't afford to pay you the extra money, but we'll give you, I don't know, 20 million or whatever, and this bloke. And it's been actually set up, or at least it's been proposed from the other side, from Madrid. So this is where the links are coming from, more than us being back in for him. It's from Madrid looking at their team and remembering, oh, we wanted him last year.
Yeah. I think it very well could be that, Tequila. I think that's a good shout, to be fair. I can't see it being... I couldn't put it in the realms of impossibility. That's for sure. Jazz Fusion answers the question. He says, nay. He's not interested in having Gallagher at the club. And I do think there is better options out there.
Cuva, James, if you bring up, I can do it myself if you want.
Yeah, you can bring it up. Yeah.
100% Cuva. I think that's it.
Agree
I wish it wasn't that way. And I'm old-fashioned. Fine, call me old-fashioned. I hate the fact that it looks like it is that way. And it shouldn't be. I don't think.
Right. No. Now, just to put a spin on this, guys, we know there's a change in the CEO at Tottenham.
Yes.
And we know where that is a very good point by Cuva. Hot God 10 here makes another point. Who decides what player comes in? Vinny or Lang? Now, if we go back to the interview, I still call it a First States interview. I don't know if anyone watches First States.
They released it 3 months too late. It was meant to go out on Valentine's Day, don't they?
I know, but do you know that bit of First States where they have the meal and they go to the end bit? Will you see each other for a second date? That's what that bit was like. At the end, right? Looking at each other with love and eyes. All he wanted was Cupid and lots of flowers and everything. But who is in charge at Tottenham? Is it Vinny? The problem I've got with this, right, and I know I'm sort of going around the houses with the question, but I'm trying to figure out how to ask a question out of this. But I think there's a power struggle at Tottenham at the moment between the Joe Lewis Trust and Daniel Levy. I feel Charrington and Vinny have been brought in as ENIC people to put Levy in his place. Could the Trust be thinking, hang on a minute, we have a chance to sell this club and make an absolute bloody fortune as a profit, so we need to be as successful as we can if we want to sell this club at the highest price possible? And if so, then is Vinny in charge? Is he taking over Levy's job? And he's the chairman by name, by calling him a chairman. Do you know what I'm getting at? I'm sorry.
So you think? So let me see if I'm. Tell me if I've got this. Yeah. I think I know where you're coming from, Dermo. So whereas Daniel Levy is our chairman by title,
yeah,
you think that Vinay has been put into the club by the Joe Lewis Trust and ENIC, and he is basically our chairman, all but in title. So he's not got
that's what I'm getting at. Sorry,
I figured that's what you were trying to get to. Yes. In the short answer, yes, I do. I think Vinay has more say over Daniel Levy. I think I'm looking at our transfer business, and to be honest, when I'm looking at the players who we've been linked to, yes, there's the usual suspect. Yes, there's the players that we're never going to really want to go out and spend that kind of money that's been touted. But when you look at the players who have had really strong links that we are driving forward with interest, apart from Eze, the Eze deal, there hasn't really been a player that has been sort of universally, so like all the media are saying the same thing. Oh, he's going to go to Spurs, he's going to go to Spurs, he's going to go to Spurs. When these stories have appeared with players who have signed for us, it's happened very, very quickly. Yeah. Now, even including the Morgan Gibbs-White deal, you look at how quickly that developed. There was nothing there to a medical being booked, and he was due to go do a medical. And that happened very quickly, and that is so un-Levy-like actions. Because Levy is the master negotiator. He sits down at the table for weeks after weeks after weeks after weeks, negotiating to save every goddamn penny he can. Whereas the Kudos transfer, the
Morgan Gibbs-White transfer,
the Morgan Gibbs, but it was, the money was just like, okay, there you go. The Taki, I can never pronounce his name properly, Take from the J League. The money was just thrown at it. He's the most expensive J League player to ever be sold, by the way.
Yeah.
5 million quid, and he's the most expensive J League player to ever be sold.
And a beast as well, by the way.
Yeah, looks really good. And the Danso deal as well. Yes, I know we had the obligation to buy, but it wasn't then renegotiated. The Matisse Tell deal, okay, fair enough, and there was a little bit of negotiations, but that was to make the price better for us.
Yeah.
And it was done still very quickly. It wasn't a long, drawn-out process of week after week after week of waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. So apart from the Eze deal, which is like we reported, is 95% done, and all the pay structures and everything like that, we're just waiting on the player to decide.
Yeah.
Then all our business has been done quite speedily, and that's so un-Levy-like. So I'm a firm believer that Levy's not calling the shots in this transfer window.
Where are you on this, Tequila? Look, let's be frank, right? You've been more Levy out than probably I have been. A lot longer than I have been. I'm more to give Levy down the middle. If he does wrong, I will criticize him. If he does well, I will praise him. And that's where I've always been. You're a bit more down the Levy out route. So where are you on this? Do you think Vinny's now running the club and Levy's sort of been pushed out?
No. I saw the same videos you guys did, and those two did have a rapport. I'm not going to tell you how much of it was a facade. I don't know. Is Levy that good an actor? I have my doubts. There was a rapport there of some kind, right? So I do get the impression they certainly do know each other or have known each other in the past, and there is a relationship there. To what level, I don't know, but there seems to be a relationship there. So I don't think he was brought in. I think Levy probably brought him in. Now that could still end up being a similar case to what James is saying to a certain degree regarding that. Why did Levy bring him in? And I think Levy has been looking for somebody to take over the football side more. I think that's kind of what Munn was kind of. I think that this is a replacement for Munn probably. I think, and I think also when he brought in, look at all the director of football. Look at Arneson we've had, commonly we've had. Look at them all over the years. I think Levy's been looking for this guy to lean on and take some responsibility off the football side. And for whatever reason, we've gone through director of footballs nearly as much as we've gone through managers. They don't stick around for long either. Either they leave voluntarily, like Commonly did when he went to Chelsea, or they get fired after. I mean, how long did what? Mum was here. Mum was here a year, so that dude lasted a year, right? Was one here? 1 year.
Paratici lasted longer than him.
Yeah, and Paratici probably was fired for the other reasons we know. I don't think Paratici was fired because he was doing a bad job, because I think we all agree that he's done a decent job.
Well, I don't think we'd be coming back in for him if he'd done a bad job, Tequila.
Well,
really,
exactly. Well, yeah. So, and I think most people will kind of agree that the quality of players he brought in was of a higher caliber. So I think Levy's still pushing the buttons at the moment. I do agree that normally. Sorry, my phone's going crazy right now. Sorry, guys.
Can I just say very quickly that talks for is it Paluna or Palana?
Paulinho.
Yeah, it's been going on. They've been going on for a week now between Tottenham and Bayern Munich. So there is talks there. Now, whatever. Look, I think you're right. Tequila's hit the nail in the head about football directors of football. I think one man who never took responsibility under Pochettino was Steve Hitchen. I think he got away with so much shit. Because all the focus was on Levy and nobody else forgot. Well, hang on a minute. Steve Hitchen was the director of football there. Where's his blame? You look at Paratici. Paratici done more in the 18 months he was with us than any of the football directors done since. Who was the first one? Was it Mitchell? Was in before Hitchen?
Steve Mitchell.
Steve Mitchell.
Yeah.
I think that was the last decent football director we had at the club.
I think he's been the best one. I'd put Paratici in second, but I think Mitchell was the best one.
No, I agree. Steve, Mitchell was very good. But look, where are we all this, guys? Look, we will get back to it. The other bit of news. So I just wanted to ask a quick question on this. Where are we with Hitchin, and where are we with the naming rights, which we know are coming? Look, we said a while ago that a takeover will happen at Spurs. That some sort of a takeover that they might buy the football side, like Manchester United style takeover, and let Levy run the business side, but have a new team in to run the football side. How do you think the naming rights is a game changer for Spurs?
I think
and on the top of that, James, as well, before we get to you, Tequila, what should the stadium name be? Should they nod it to the past, or should there be something out there? Let me know in the chat what you guys think. What would you call the new stadium when the naming rights happen? Sorry, guys, go on.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good. Of course, it's going to help financially. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. I think it's going to help us financially. It's going to make Spurs more of a global brand. I'm not saying that we're not a global brand, but we are. But I think it's going to put the name out there even more, depending on how big this the brand is that takes over and names the stadium. I would love them to put a nod to the past, but I also know my football club, and apart from certain legends, we very rarely do nods to the past. I mean, let's be honest, the old White Hart Lane, we could have renamed half the stands to our legends. And
how long have I been saying that, Tequila? How long have I been banging that drum?
Yeah, you've wanted them to name stands and everything after people, and they never have they?
Yeah, but it's always been the north side, the east side, the south side, the west side.
So, all right then, James, what would you name the stands then? Mine probably be a bit different from you, but what would you call the stands?
So you'd have to obviously have the Bill Nick.
Yeah.
And that would be, I would probably have the Bill Nick Cop.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. And then I would have, you see, there's Ozzy, there's Glenn, there's Art, there's Archibald, there's Ray Clements. There's too many players. There's too many players to try and name them all. But yeah,
for me, it'd be. I like the Bill Nick Cop, by the way. I love that.
One, just off the top of my head, that one.
Yeah, the Arthur Rowe. I would call one the Arthur Rowe stand.
Yeah.
I would call one the. What's he put?
The posh stand, the work stand, the away stand, and the poor stand.
I would have that. I would have the Arthur Rowe stand. I would have you got the Bill Nick Cop. Do you know what? Keith Birkinshaw as well. I'd have the Keith Birkinshaw stand.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I would actually. I don't know how you feel about this, guys, especially you, Tequila, because I think this is around your sort of era. I don't know. Will it be? What about the Terry Venable stand?
Yeah.
The last man to win us an FA Cup. He did play for the club as well. He won he won it as a player and a manager.
I get why. I get why, but Terry Venable's name is now so synonymous with that controversy.
I was going to say the same thing. This is why I'm in an iron about it, because I think, unfortunately, I don't think that would go down too well.
I know Tequila would like it to call it the previous managers.
If they do that, then I'll fucking lose it, mate.
No, to just call it is who we are, mate.
Who we are, mate. Stand there. There you go.
Yeah.
What would you call the four stands, Bud? Down below, the little.
I think Arthur, I agree with you. I think Bill Nicholson. I think those two are the two easy ones.
Bill Nick, I love that. You're a genius.
I do think maybe Hoddle. I think you could maybe throw in there for a stand. For me, it's got to be players. Obviously, who won stuff with us, but who are also legends and who were with us for a long time. So like Gaz's been mentioned, but I don't think you could do one for Gaza. I don't think you could.
He deserves a statue, though.
Yeah, but he wasn't with us long enough, was he? This is my mind talking. I don't think he was with us long enough. Jimmy Greaves. Jimmy Greaves is a good one. Yeah.
You say that you're in Philip Brady's good books there completely. I mean, he idolizes Jimmy Greaves.
Yeah, definitely Jimmy Greaves.
Yeah,
wow.
Sorry, I saw it and I just thought, I've got to.
We've got Colin putting in the Chrome Dome Stadium.
It's not a bad one. It's a good one. Yeah,
it is. Yeah. What's the point? Says a global brand with Tesco price players.
By George, as to by George. There you go.
Yeah. Carl's gone with the Spearmint Rhino Arena where anything is available for a price. Oh, why do we do this? You give the chat a bit of rope and they take a fucking mile.
Yeah.
Naming rights will be the investment company. Yeah, of course it will. I do like this one. Stand ABC.
Yeah, I like that one, Carl. I like that.
We've done Colin. How about? Oh dear. We've got the Aussie Dream stand.
Yeah.
Jazz has gone for the one night stand. The one night stand. Then you have what you do. You leave the E stand. You lie in the bed and smoke a cigarette. That's before you go home. We've got Carl says the way the way our interested stand, the way we talk stand, the way we made an offer stand. And that's a good one. I like that. They were well thought out, actually, I have to say. Yeah. Big up Cuba, Glenn and Chris stand with. Oh, please don't, Cuba. I do never want to hear that song again. I when they brought that out in '87, right? I absolutely died with embarrassment.
Oh, fancy under a strap on, mother. That's funny.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I did. I don't know what Kiva thinks of Diamond Lights, but I swear to God, I reckon the lads look back at it now and thinking cringe with embarrassment. Why? Yeah. They went on to Top of the Pops to sing that song.
I know.
Oh, I don't know. Name the greats: Greaves, Nicholson, Hoddle, Perryman. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Something for Jimmy Greaves, and I think that's quite a point coming at. We've got Daniel Levy. Right, okay. I should actually. Will somebody proofread these before I start bringing them up?
I don't know which one you're going to next. How are we supposed to proofread them?
Oh Lord, I just know when Tequila very kindly puts in the chat when he's in the chat. Do not.
I did tell you not to read out certain stuff.
Carl, Colin, go on. You read this out, James, because it's you from our column.
Yeah, from our column, he says, have your big stand as the Ange Kangaroo stand. Have one that's empty and call it the Kane stand to represent these trophies at Spurs. Greaves gallery stand, and we celebrated City beating us stand.
He's not wrong. Unfortunately.
No.
Dermo had the yeah, I did have the mullet back in the day when I was young. The Birkinshaw Bisto. Oh yeah. And then Carlos saying, "Why is it always mine?" Tequila tells you not to read it. Yeah. Let's quickly go on, guys. 353 of you in the house. Wow, mega numbers tonight.
Pick up, guys.
Do you want to plug the VPN now before we're sort of halfway through the show anyway? So should we plug the VPN?
Yeah.
Or do we talk about Grancho and then talk about the VPN? Go on, James. You do this one, bud. Go on.
All right. Garnacho to Spurs. Tottenham Hotspur thought to be monitoring Alejandro Garnacho's situation at Man United, with the player preferring to stay in the Premier League. Garnacho is available for around 40 million. I won't pay 20 million. Sorry, Colin. I won't pay 20 million for him. Personally, not good enough. I think we should be looking at better players.
I say yes. I would love him at Spurs. I think he could do a job under Thomas Frank. I'm probably going to be outvoted here by everyone.
This comment says it all from Colin. This comment says it all.
Yeah.
It's not good enough. It's
10 million. 10 million plus will give you Alfie Devine.
No, give him Basuma.
Yeah, they can begin
Basuma. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. They're going to Basuma. So basically, a yay or nay. I'm going for a yes from me. James?
No from me.
He's saying that so disgusted. He's disgusted with me. He really is disgusted with me. Tequila, are you going to back up me?
Question quickly: does he still play left back? I know that he was moved forward, but when he first came into United, he was left back. Is he still utilised as a left back? Because that influenced my decision.
He can still play there. Yeah,
he can. Yeah,
he's not giving up the positions.
For the right price, which is not 40 million. I'd probably say if that is a figure being talked about 40 million, then no. For 40 million, no.
So what would be a price for you then?
25 max, I think.
Wow. Yeah, that's fair.
Because I see him more as a squad player, as a backup left back. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
As somebody who can play on the left wing, but also cover the left back if required. Because all we've got really is Ndoggy, guys. Unless you want to, I know Spence plays there, but I still see Spence mainly as a right back. I know he can play there. I know he can.
Yeah.
I think Spence has become one of them players where he can play both fullbacks roles now.
Yeah.
And I think to have that in your squad is very, very, very sort of, you have to do it. There we've got Colin Grancho walks into your team. Big up to you, Colin.
Colin said there, mate. Com says 25 max. You ain't getting for that. A couple of seconds ago, he was begging us to take him. Choose a lane, Com. Choose a lane.
And yeah, he's waving all over the place. Then we've got this one talking about Basuma.
I thought we were doing VPN after Ghana.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, thank you very much. Do you want to introduce the VPN, actually, James? Go on. You've never promoted it before. Give it
I have.
You're related to the host of it.
Yeah.
So you can give it a bit more oomph.
All right then, guys. So I'm going to hand you over to my cousin, our resident Irishman, the man, the myth, the legend that is Colm. He knows what he's talking about. Listen to what he's telling you about this VPN service, guys, because he knows his stuff. And believe you me, it is the best VPN service out there and one of the cheapest. For what you get, it is amazing. So please take a listen. If you haven't already done so, sign up to it. If you are looking for a VPN, please sign up to it.
Let me talk to you. A little reference there.
And that's all she wrote.
Let me talk to you. A little reference there. But I'm going to stop messing about. I'm going to talk to you about private internet access, the best VPN in the land. Now, when you're online, you may not realize, but all of your data is there for the taking by anybody. With a VPN such as private internet access, your data is safe and secure, streamlined, and nobody else can get hold of it. That's why I use one anyway. VPN's very easy to use. Private internet access, all you got to do is log on your phone, select where you want to be. So I want to be in America, and I click go, and there we are. You can also link up your devices to it from your phone if that is easier for you. It's available on a lot of platforms as well. As you can see, and you can use it for a very, very big range of things. So that's even better as well. You can use it, like I said, on all your devices, smartphone, tablets, gaming consoles, and stick it on your modem. And it's unlimited devices. One equals all. It's available all across the world, and it works perfectly. What they do is they mask your IP address, so pesky 3 o'clock kickoffs aren't an issue anymore, and they're independently audited, so there's no logs, 30 million customers, and 4.5-star Trustpilot rated excellent review. Private internet access. Get yours now.
That's beautiful, Colm. Thanks very much for that. Also, guys, at the moment, if you do take up the 2-year plan, there is a saving of 85%, and you also get, is it 2 months free, Dermo?
Yeah, 2 months.
2 months on the 2-year plan.
Yeah, 2 months. No, 4 months free, I think.
4 months.
2-year plan.
2 years plus 4 months.
Yeah. 4 months free on the 2-year plan, guys, and they have got a sale on at the moment where it's up to a massive 85% off. And it, like I say, it's an amazing deal. Please check it out. It does help us as a channel, and it does help us keep these beautiful people here in a job.
Yeah, does try to keep us in the job, but please do. It is great. 3 o'clock Black Ops, not again. And that was so beautifully done by our resident Irish sort of, as I call him, an actor, Killian O'Connor. Starred in many great films as Doncaster Blinders. He was in that, and My Left, Right Foot as well.
Com did say he was going to change it. He said he was going to change it by the weekend. Yeah. Didn't change it, did you, Com?
He did say he has actually put in, I hate this promo.
Change it, bro.
Well, change it then.
Think of another wrestler to steal the catchphrase from, bro.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I had to stop it when it says let me talk to you. And I had it in my head, I'm gonna say it this one, that's all she wrote. I'm sorry. And then AK Shags, it said, Dermot, can you pronounce any footballers' names? No. I'm dyslexic and I have a speech impediment, so no, I don't. I can't pronounce big names. Little ones, grand. Big ones, I rarely get stuck on. On that bombshell.
I'm not saying anything.
I knew what you were thinking. You dirty sod. Right, let's crack on with this very quickly. Let's crack on. Tottenham expect to struggle to sell 28-year-old midfielder Star with a fast contract expiring. Tottenham want to cash in on Yves Bissouma this summer, and interest from Fenerbahce and Juventus. Now, we did say a couple of streams ago about Juventus having the link with him. 25 million. Just a yay or a nay. Do you sell him?
Yes, absolutely.
God, yes.
I think that's a bit overwhelming.
I'd sell him for I'd give him away even now. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm with James. To be honest, though, I'd sell the majority of our centre midfielders. The only one I think I'd keep is Bentancur. I'm not classing Gray as centre mid or Bergville. I mean senior players, the older players. I'd only keep Bergville. I'd only keep Bentancur. I think Bissouma you can let go. Unfortunately, I also think Sarr also could be let go as well without losing that much. That's what I think.
Poor O'Connor says I can barely stand at the moment. Let alone sit and record it. It's okay. Me and James might come up with a new one. We might do our own version of Diamond Lights.
Great.
Look at it.
James looks ecstatic. Look at that look.
Yeah, he looks he's pumping
Yeah,
inside.
cheers for that one, Dermo. Thanks very much.
That's okay. Also, Tottenham. Oh God, here we go. Right, Tottenham are willing to pay the full asking price. When has Tottenham ever done this, by the way? For Chelsea and Liverpool target. Sources close to the situation have informed, and this is from the boot room, by the way, and also informed cut off side that Tottenham stand out as a club willing to pay the full asking price for this player. On your screen, reports suggest they are preparing an offer that could exceed 70 million quid, including bonuses. However, the player remains focused on PSG and is not actively engaging in talks with any other club. You have a bit of an update, James, on this. So do you want to give us an update on this one?
Yeah, so the update I have on this is that he has signed a pre-contract agreement with Paris Saint-Germain. It's just a case of them hashing out the final details of the pay structuring, I guess, how PSG are paying for it and that, and he's not entertaining any other moves anywhere else. So I can't see him going anywhere but PSG.
Yeah. Tequila, do you think he is? I agree with James that he is PSG, but who's going to turn down PSG and guaranteed of winning leagues and winning silverware in France? I know France is a farmers' league, but do you think there could be a little bit of him that says, do you know what? I want to earn my trophies. I want to look back at my career and say, I've gone to a club and I've earned it. I haven't gone to a club where I'm going to I know I'm going to be guaranteed the league every year.
I don't know. It's difficult. I mean, weren't you surprised that Messi decided to go to PSG and stuff like that? I was.
Well, Messi was different because Messi was a world-class player. He won everything at Barcelona. So a bit like Ronaldo, he wanted to win something in different leagues.
Yeah, but do you think Messi chose PSG because he wanted to win the league in France?
No, he chose PSG. He chose PSG because he was getting a shitload of money. Yeah. And also he was linking up with some Brazilian players there and Mbappe as well.
Yeah. I don't think with all due respect to PSG, I mean I think mainly it's financially motivated if they go to PSG. I don't think it's a particularly good footballing decision. I know they just won a Champions League, but let's be honest, that was the first time in how many attempts. And also, I'd be slightly concerned now if the investors are continue to back that project. Now they've done what they've said they wanted to do. Maybe they'll lose interest after they've now.
And aren't they the same owners that are looking to buy Spurs?
Same group.
Yeah. So, and Daniel Levy's quite friendly with one of them, isn't he?
Yes, he is, yeah.
So I wonder if that's where the naming rights, if they're going to put out a PSG and say, right, we're going to put that out and we're going to invest into another club, I reckon that's where it's going. Right, very quickly before we end up, guys, because we know James and Tequila are pushed for time, so we won't stay on too much longer. I know it's absolutely amazing. It really is. I'm dumbstruck tonight. I really am. This was the team that started on Saturday. Now, during this week, or we may do it's a pre-record, or we may be live, we are going to do a tactical review of that game. And of course, James is our tactical guru on this channel. He's going to go through and try to explain in simple terms for dummies like me, Frank ball. I mean, yeah. I'm learning. I'm watching videos, but I'm learning from a true Jedi master here when it comes to tactics in James. So this was the first team went out. It's the first chance I've had you, Tequila, on as well to talk about it. Look, for me, very quickly, I thought Kinski was an absolute sensation in the first half. I thought also Alfie Devine and Mikey Moore grew into the game more and more as the first half went on. Tequila, if you look at the likes of Solanke, he missed that chance in the first half from a cross from, I think it was Devine. How important is it that these youngsters get minutes in these preseason, that we do use them, where to be fair, managers in the past have not used their youngsters. Will Frank start using the likes of Divine and Moore and Vukovic, where his name is?
Vuskovic.
I knew I've got to come up with a nickname for him. I'm going to have to come up with a nickname for him. But you look at that chance Solanke had, crossed it in from Divine, and Solanke put his toes in it, and it just went over the top of the bar. Were you surprised how much Solanke stayed up front in that game in that first half, and he didn't come as deep as he normally does?
Oh, hopefully that's their instructions. Hopefully hopefully Frank's had a word with him and said, "Look, I don't want you to be dropping deep. You're not like Harry Kane. You're not really a provider. We want you running the lines. We want you up the top." As for the younger players, I think looking at the starting lineup here, I think it's make or break for Divine, not because he's a bad player, but because he's at that age now where it's kind of got to be this year that he breaks in, or unfortunately, he probably has to be sold. Maybe not this year, but next year. I think Moore's got a couple more years, so I think Divine will stick around and push for that to get into the team. I don't know if he's going to make it. I don't know. But I think Moore, there's a good chance we might see Moore go out on loan.
That's a good point. James, look, plays that disappointed you. I thought Johnson was poor, but this was their first game back, so you can't be that harsh on them. The tackle.
When it comes to Brennan Johnson, I can be as harsh as what I want. He was diabolical against a League One team.
He was actually.
Dermo, I'm afraid, Dermo, you're the only one out of us three who kind of seems to like Johnson. Yeah. Me and James are not.
And I will stand by that, and I'm not going to drop now. I think Brennan Johnson will prove again this season that he's a quality player. He was our top goal scorer last season, scored the winner in the Europa League final, and once again will be proven to be a sound choice. Now, very quickly, the referee has actually been suspended after the horror tackle on Pedro Porro. Now, I said in the watch-along, if that was VAR, he would have been sent off. Should the referee have sent the player off?
Okay.
Yeah, should he have been sent off?
Yes, 100%. It was reckless. It was dangerous. I think he should have been sent off even more because it was a friendly, not less because it was a friendly. Because he could have ended Pedro Porro's season before the season even started.
It was a leg breaker, wasn't it?
Oh God, yeah.
It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, and Porro. I mean, all credit to him. He didn't react. He was probably too hurt to react, but. I think it was reckless and dangerous, and I think maybe the FA should take retrospective action, or the PGMOL should take retrospective action on that. So
Now this was the second team. Luca got a belter. I mean, what a goal. Can I just say the star man of that whole second half for me was Kudos. He was absolutely sensational. Yeah. The amount of work he did off the ball. But I do want to touch on one player, and I said it in the watch-along, was Sonny. Both of you, have you ever seen Sonny look so disinterested or just given up? That he wants to be anywhere else but where he was on Saturday.
I think with Sonny, I think it's because of. I did have something I wanted to say on Sonny, so I'll say it now since we're talking about him. But basically, it's Spurs have told Son that he is not integral to Thomas Frank's plans, and if a suitable bid of anywhere in the region of 30 million comes in, he will be allowed to leave. Although Son has expressed his desire to stay, being told that you are not going to be integral, your minutes will be wound back, and you may only be a squad player for the forthcoming season. That's going to deject anybody. I don't care how professional you are.
James, I was about to say, before you even said that, my reply, if Dermo was going to come to me before you, my reply was going to be, before you said that, his son actually looks like he doesn't want to go, but he's being forced out.
Yeah.
That's how it looks.
My question you two is then, as Sonny is a Spurs legend, as the captain. That led us to European glory. After showing all the commitment he's shown Spurs over the last 10 years, does he have the right then to say, when I go?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we should treat him with respect that he deserves. I think Tottenham are treating him a little bit shabbily at the moment, to be fair.
I think yes, I agree that they could be treating him a little bit better, but I think they've been upfront with him. They've told him, they've basically sat him down and said, look, you're not going to be integral this season. And sometimes as a player, that's hard to hear. As if you've been, let's be honest, you've been probably the mainstay of that team. Well, no one in that second half, apart from Ben Davis, has been there as long as Heung-min Son in that second half team. So you've got to say, hang on a second here, I'm a club legend, like you say, he's a club legend, and I think that we should. I think we should treat him with the element of respect that he deserves, and I think they've treated him with respect. But telling a player that you're no longer integral is going to be a hard pill to swallow.
It's a difficult one, isn't it? It's a difficult one because obviously he is a legend for us. But I still do think that actually you kind of have to pick your moment, like when you leave, and I think that him lifting the Europa League, I think that was the perfect opportunity for him to bail out.
Yeah.
So maybe it could be that he feels like the options. For example, he probably doesn't want to go to Saudi. I mean, most players don't, other than from the money. So it could be that maybe it's not just the fact that he doesn't want to leave Spurs. It's maybe the fact that his options are so limited. It's like, well, nobody's really going to come in for me. So what are my chances going to be? You know, I'd rather stay at Spurs rather than go somewhere which is going to be a downgrade, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because with all due respect for him, he's not going to go to a bigger club, is he? Not at this point in his career. He's not. Maybe 5 years ago, but not now.
I think he may end up in MLS at Los Angeles FC or the Saudi Pro League. I think if Sonny, the way that we all know Sonny, I think he may end up in the MLS.
Carl Simpson says swapping for Paulinho.
Would Bayern Munich take him? Would Harry Kane want a Sonny at Bayern Munich?
I mean, the German league is notoriously played at a bit of a slower pace than the Premier League.
Remember he cut his chops in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, so maybe that is an option, but it's somebody that if Bayern Munich need him? That's the question.
I just want to go quickly over what Thomas Frank had to say after the game. I just want you guys' opinion on it. Very quick, he said lots of boxes ticked. If we look in the bigger perspective, it's been a good week. Very tough, intense for the lads. So a couple of good things. We've got through the week, touching wood, no injuries, everyone in a better physical place. All players got 45 minutes, plus a good run after. The fitness box ticked. It's always important to keep a clean sheet. That's very important if you want to win football matches. So good aspects in what I think is good. We've scored 2 goals from set pieces. Now, that's what I want to talk about, set pieces. There's a video going around of Tottenham before the game practicing set pieces.
Yeah.
That was our Achilles heel, wasn't it?
No.
Our defense really was our problem last season.
Yes. Now we're talking. So the thing is just pulling that back up, Dermot.
Yeah. Of course I can. Sorry.
So no, it's all right. Thomas Frank says it here. It's always important to keep a clean sheet.
Yeah.
Right. That to me says that he's thinking defense. He's not thinking. Yeah. And our previous manager, his philosophy was
give me an inch, I'll take a mile, James.
No, but I'm being fair to Keeler. I'm not saying his name for you. I don't want to upset you too much. But
can we call them? Should we call them the A bomb?
Yeah. So the A bomb. His philosophy was we're going to win matches by scoring more goals than you.
Yeah.
That was his philosophy. It doesn't matter if we concede because we're going to score more than you. But that doesn't always work.
Yeah.
As we found out last season. So I think the fact that he's specifically stating that it's important to keep a clean sheet, that's very important if you want to win football matches. So to me, that's a big positive for me.
Yeah. I will also want to add in that before we go. It was just something I want to ask Tequila, and then we're going to end off there, guys. Just one last question, then we'll end up. It's the elements of high pressure, elements of counter press. So when we've lost it, we can break teams in elements of having enough players in the box. But there are also bits where we like to do better, but that's normal. He goes on to say that's why you saw the blocking drill earlier in the week. Everything is linked at the Thomas. We want to attack, we want to be brave, but unfortunately, we're facing an opponent sometimes who also wants to attack. And when we are attacking, we want to defend well, put our bodies on the line when we have to. Are you seeing something different from this manager, Tequila, that's making you think, do you know what? He gets Tottenham. He gets our philosophy.
Yeah, and I think, again, we're not going to go over really the old manager, but I think that this is what I personally wanted. It's somebody who does seem to value defence. It's somebody who realizes that there's more than just one part of the game. Yes, everyone wants to see attacking football, of course, but also, you know, you guys are both football fans. People in the chat are football fans. Don't you love a great crunching tackle as well? Don't you Don't you sometimes enjoy the defensive part of the games? It's refreshing to have a manager, and thank God for me that we now do, who actually has a bit of balance to him, because we never had any balance last year, guys.
No.
I just want to say thank you to you guys tonight. Absolutely mad numbers. 386 of you in the house across all platforms. It's just been mental tonight. I do you know what? It's because of you guys we do this. We don't do this because we love doing it. We do love doing it, but we do it for you guys, and it's you guys that keep us doing it. So do hit that like button, do hit that subscription button, because we couldn't do this without you guys. I mean, we get bored very
memberships as well.
Yeah. Tell them about the memberships as well, James, very quickly before we.
Yeah, so obviously we do a few different tiers on our memberships. Some from as little as 99p a month. I mean, 99p a month to support 3-4 guys who love giving you the information, love bringing you the news, sitting here, and like tonight, we've sat here, we've had a chat, we've had a laugh, we've had a giggle, we've interacted with you guys. 99p. And with that, you get access to our members area on our WhatsApp group. You also going to, with the start of the season, there's members only shows. Also, we're going to start giving members exclusive discounts to exclusive websites that we're going to be working with. So it really is worth it. And for 99p for our bronze membership, guys, please. Please join us.
You can't even get a hamburger in McDonald's on 9p anymore,
No,
James.
You can't.
And we are the Europa League winners. You're joining the Europa. You're joining a channel where the channel host broke down in tears when Sonny left that trophy. I mean, I'm still embarrassed I did that.
And you get more meat here than you do in a hamburger from McDonald's.
Yeah, you do.
I'm the biggest out of the three of them. I'm the big guy. I'm the meaty one. Look, I do you know what? I'm not apologizing for crying that night.
It was
emotional. I tell you what, for me was very quickly. I don't know for you guys. It was just the whole season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And our watch along after watch along, and Tequila knows we do every watch along. And Tequila knew halfway through the season. I think you texted me one day, "How do you keep going?" Didn't you? How do you keep?
I was gone by like November, bro. I was out.
Yeah, and I just absolutely cried, and I broke down into it. I just can't. Right, we've got a couple of bits of breaking news, enough for me bawling my eyes out. We are 4 years old in August, by the way, so we are going to do a bit of a birthday. We're looking to do it on something with mental health as well. So we're working on that as well, guys. So do look out for that. Look, I suffer with it very badly sometimes. I know everyone does. Yeah, James as well. And look, I think this. Look, to be fair, I think this channel saved me mentally. It's given me routine. It's given me back my work ethic that I love working. And it's nice to come on to talk football with us and you guys, and that's what it's all about. But why I'm saying about this is because we had the sad news over the weekend that Paul Gascoigne wasn't rushed into hospital. I am absolutely delighted to say a spokesman from Gascoigne is doing well, with the former England star having been admitted last Friday due to a throat condition. Just a quick word on Gaza. One simple word. What does Gaza mean to you? And guys, put in the chat as well. Put Gaza, what he means to you in one word. What does he mean to you? James, in one word.
Hero.
Tequila?
Genius.
I would have to go with Tequila. Genius. Just that one free kick, 1991.
Yeah, I grew up watching Gaza. Gaza was, I always remember, right now, I played numerous positions, but I was predominantly a goalkeeper. There was a time where I did play as a left winger. And one of the first goals I scored as an outfield player, remember the celebration, I think it was in, it might have either been Euro 96 or Italia 90. Gaza scores, he's laid on his back, and I think it's Paul Gary Lineker is squeezing a wall.
Oh, Teddy Sheringham.
Teddy Sheringham.
Was that the chair in Hong Kong?
It might have been. And it was literally laid on the feet on the pitch like that. It was the grey England shirt, and there's someone squirting a water bottle into his mouth, and he's like, ah. When I scored my first ever goal, I did that celebration. So he was my hero in that.
Yeah. But you also know they never beat the Irish, though. That team never beat Ireland in any competitive game. You only had to wait 33 years to beat us in the competitive football match. So you never could beat the Irish. Paul Gascoigne, you never beat Ireland. Tequila, look, your heroes. I know it's Ginola, I know. But Gaza, you've watched the clips. I mean, we've got footballer, we've got supreme, we've got dynamic personality.
That's two words, Carl.
Yeah. You look at 91 where he injured his leg, and we all thought it was the end for Gaza. I don't think he was ever the same player after that, to be fair.
I got one more word that I'd use to describe him as well, and this might be why, unfortunately, he's had a troubled life after football. Passion.
Yeah.
When I think of Gascoigne, I think of passion, and football was his passion. And once he lost that passion, it's very hard to live. I'm not saying you can't, but it's very difficult.
Yeah. I think the key word that you could use for Gaza, and I mean this in no disrespect, but like you say, when things happen, is alcoholic.
Yeah. If there's one person I would love to get on this channel, would be Paul Gascoigne.
Oh God, yeah.
He was asked the question, and I think it's the funniest response. Gary Lineker asked him they do a podcast with Alan Shearer and Micah Richards.
Micah Richards,
Micah Richards, Big Meeks. If anyone watched the podcast, you know what that's about. And they asked him, why did you not sign for Manchester United? Do you think he would have been a different player? And his response was, he said, one went off for the granny, the other one did a karate chop, and the other one went off with his brother's wife. He says, I think it would have fit in quite well there. Do you feel, it's the old question, do you think Gaza at Man United is a different footballer from Gaza at Tottenham? Or was that the big unknown? We'll never know the answer to that.
It's one of them. It's like any player. You put any player in any team, and their whole careers could change. Prime example, current player at the moment, Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho in the Dortmund team was absolutely masterful, and he was tipped to be the next big thing. You put him in the Manchester United team, and what happened to him? He turned into an absolute big steaming pile.
You look at Rashford as well.
Rashford.
Well, you mean the new Barcelona player, Rashford? You're right.
I can't believe he's gone to Barcelona. I just can't get my head around that.
I can't believe Barcelona have taken him on.
I think it's fair to say that Barcelona's standards have fallen.
Dropped.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of breaking news. I just want to know, we've got something on Gibbs-White as well. So I want to know, can I use that? Because how Tequila speaks to our source is the most funniest bit of wording. He's very polite with them, aren't you, Tequila?
That's one way of phrasing it, Turbo, yeah.
Yeah. We've got Tottenham have lowered its demands for Brian Hill. They're willing to entertain offers below 10 million. So that's 11.5 million euro. And also, we've got a bit on Morgan Gibbs-White, but I'm going to let James or Tequila read this out because I cannot pronounce the other fella's name. So, so this is what. So, fill your boots, lads. Whoever wants to read this, fill your boots.
So, Morgan Gibbs-White has informed Evangelos Marinakis that he will start looking at legal action if the terms of his contract are not upheld.
Okay. Well, this suggests to me that he can't go back to Forest. So because he's burning that bridge, he's decided to burn that bridge now. So probably can't play for Forest again, I'd imagine. At least in a competitive game. So.
And do you remember when I read up them 5 choices, what could happen, and one of them was kicking up a fuss? And I think you said it, Tequila. I don't know, was it early in the show? Said he won't kick up a fuss. I think this is him now kicking up a fuss.
Yeah.
He's
what he also ties in with what I was saying as well, Dermo.
Yeah,
Nottingham and Forest actually breaking his contract. So if once a player submits a transfer request, and he's had his release clause, so he's submitted a transfer request, he's had his release clause met, right? And his current club, are currently holding on to him and not allowing the transfer to move, then he has every right to seek legal advice and get help from the PFA to get this transfer over the line. And I think that's what he will quietly do. I don't think it'll be a major disruptive thing. I don't think it'll happen overnight. But I would certainly hope that by next weekend there'll be some resolution.
Yeah.
I think once he's got these personal matters taken care of, and I do wish him all the best, and I hope everything is all right with that. But I think once that's all over and done with, I think that's when we'll see the movement happen. And it's what he wants. It's what the club wants. He obviously doesn't want to be at Forest anymore. And like Colm says here in the chat, it says Forest fans despise him, so he would have been done before this. Yeah. And also against the friendly against Monaco, I saw bits of that, and it did look like he was saying goodbye to the fans.
Yeah, he did. He did. I think this will get done now, but I really do. From all of us here in the channel, as a Tottenham channel, we reach a Tottenham legend, the very best. And if we can somehow reach Paul Gascoigne and somehow reach him to get out to him and send them, you guys. So please, if you can, if you're members, or if you can post a little video on Paul Gascoigne, and maybe if we get a few, I don't know, send them into the email address. We'll put the videos together and we'll make sure that they're sent to Paul Gascoigne's team, because I think as a channel he is a legend, and I think he might like that. Just to know that, just to say to him, this is what you mean to us as Spurs fans. So, what do you reckon, Tequila? Do you think that's worth doing? Get the subscribers to do that. Send in.
Yeah, I hope
a 2-minute video. I think 2 minutes is long enough.
Doesn't even to be 2. It could even be shorter than that. It probably bring
30 seconds.
Yeah, bring a smile to his face, which when you're ill, Dermo, as you know, can make all the difference.
And can I say, when I wasn't well, the lads here on the channel, everyone, you brightened up my day. You really kept me going. You really did, and I couldn't have. Look, Mrs. Tron was absolutely a godsend and an absolute angel. But you guys also kept me going as well, so thank you. And a lot. I know Steve did the few shows for us, and thank you, Steve. Forever grateful for what you did, and also thankful for what you did. The guys behind the background as well, Colin, James, Tequila, who did a lot of work at the background to make sure stuff was up, making sure the VPN was ran, making sure jumped on to do shows as well, and sort of all chumped in. I want to thank you all very much for what you did. And I haven't had a chance to say it to you as well, James, but and you, Tequila, thank you both for what you did when I wasn't here either, because you really are. You're the backbone of this channel. But yeah, guys, do send your videos into the website, into the email address below. It's on the description in the channel. I think, do you think we might be able to get them? We can find the information for his team, can't we?
Yeah, definitely.
And we'll get them to Paul and let him know that we are thinking of him. And hopefully speak to his management team, see can we get him on. And let's have an hour of just falling off our chairs laughing, because I'm sure that's what he will do. Very quickly, we'll go through here. Can we do it for Gary Doherty? I think he'd like that too. No.
Hey, look, no respect for the Ginger Pele. No respect for the Ginger Pele.
Well, he did play for Ireland, then yes. Get better soon, Gaza. Carl, put it into a message and we'll get it to him. Yeah. Thank you. We're down to 392 because they think we're nearly finished. Thank you so much as well. Tequila, where can people find you, sir? I know they can find you in here, but you do have a little gaming channel.
Yeah, I've got a little gaming channel.
So where can people find you in there, sir?
It's called theplayerpouch.com. There's a stream about to start at 10 o'clock, not with me, but with one of the members on the show who's going to be streaming Alien Isolation. So if you're in a film, if you're a fan of the Alien franchise, you'll love it. Come watch. So it's theplayerpouch.com. Yeah, it's a good game.
You've got to do a Transformer one or a Batman one on there, Tequila.
I'll have a look at the Batman ones. Transformers demo. They've got to release a decent Transformers game first, then I can do it.
Well, do Batman
those ones. The Transformer games are too old. The ones you like, they are. They're just a little bit.
Batman Arkham Knight. The side missions on that, Tequila, you'd love them. There's a good story to Arkham Knight as well. James, thank you so much. I know you're going to be hopefully get a pre-record out or another live show done this week. But where can people find you, sir? Because I know you have a Twitter handle or an X handle.
I do have an X handle, and if you want to try and find me, send me any questions, ask me anything, just follow me. I try to post daily, keep everybody up to date with the information that's coming in. And you can find me at THFC James, and that's where I am. Please do come and follow me along, and I will gladly follow you back and keep you updated with any fresh transfer news hot off the press, so they say.
Well, this show has gone on longer than I thought it would, but I've really enjoyed it tonight. I've had a good giggle. It's Monday Night Madness. But it's been Monday night of fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do join us. We've got shows tomorrow night. Me and James will be dropping a tactical show sometime this week, maybe live. Now, there is no podcast tomorrow unless I can pin James down to join an Irish and an English man talk Spurs. I may have to pin him down, but we'll see. But if not, there will be no podcast this week. And also, we've got all the build-up, of course, for the Luton game on Saturday. And then, of course, me and Steve's new podcast, Football is Life, will be exclusive live now on Fifth Tier Podcast. Because it was the first one, we decided to put across all platforms. But the episode 2 will be on Fifth Tier Podcast. So do join us there for that. That's all I've got to say. Thank you a lot, guys. Thank you, Tequila. Cheers, James, for coming on tonight and helping me along.
Guys.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Over 400 of you watching tonight across all platforms. Wow. I don't know why people listen. I can understand them listening to James and Tequila, but me, that still baffles me. But anyway, on that bombshell, we should leave it there. Tequila, do you want to take us out?
Here we are, mate. You know what? It's funny, isn't it? It's like I dislike the manager so much, but I did like the catchphrase. Yeah. I'm gonna keep that part.
Yeah.
Say it again. Go on. Say it again.
Here we are, mate.
Good night.
Eyes on the fire.